Hold on, folks. Give me a second to clean the camera here. Man, it looks the same. You guys, you see that sign back there? You see that sign back there? I'll tell you what that sign is very soon. It has to do with a video. See, I usually would do it in the kitchen, this video. Let me see if I can move over a little more here. No, but then you can't see the whole sign there. No. All right. Darn it. Now, usually I do this type of video where I have the poster board in the kitchen behind the sign right there, but the lighting was no good. That's why I had to change. I had to come back here to where I'm in front of the television. Okay. Anyway, listen. Tomorrow, I should have my Super Bowl video. I'm going to be doing that in a live stream tomorrow. Okay, and I might even do it on my backup channels live. So I might do 3 days in a row of this Super Bowl video, because that's how important the Super Bowl video is to this Elvis puzzle. But in the meantime, I just want to make sure that, see, when I first came on YouTube, by the way, I discovered, forget this for a moment, okay? Because I discovered that too years ago. But before, when I was going on YouTube, okay, I was telling people about the King Man Sun Code, okay? But that was not my first video, and I'll tell you why. Because I thought this would draw the people in to my channel, this one, and then they can watch the second and the third video. The very first video I put up for people to see, I was telling people, come to my channel, check out what I discovered. And then from there, I was telling them how I was going to show them all the codes that I had discovered, right? This is like from, whatever, 8-9 years ago. I give them 8 years ago when I first started. And not the sign. The sign's not 8 years old, but the video I did about it. It's basically telling you why curse words were created. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the curse words, why in every language do they have these type of curse words? You know what I mean? Even in Armenian, because I'm Armenian, in Armenian, they have the same kind of words. Okay? It just doesn't make any sense. You would think there'd be one language where they wouldn't have this type of, behavior. Okay? And anyway, so who is curse words? Yeah, when the people who created these curse words, and you know who they are, they're the minions of Satan who did this, okay? There is no way you would come up with this, okay? Unless they were directed at a certain person. And who is that person that it was directed to? It was directed, and to who? And to his mother. And when I say his mother, I mean his vessel, because, the Father in heaven implanted, just like a surrogate, he implanted the seed into Mary, okay? And because that's what I used to say, again, folks, I'm not perfect with things. I used to say that Mary was just a vessel, a surrogate, which is true technically, okay? Because the Father did not have actual intercourse. I mean, sex with Mary, obviously. You understand what I'm saying? When I say the Father, I'm talking about the Father in heaven. Obviously, that would be blasphemy, because she was a virgin, and he implanted the seed into her, okay? And 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 that's what how Jesus was born, okay? Jesus is God. He's the Son of God in the flesh, but in heaven he's God, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now, every curse word is directed at our Lord and Savior, Jesus, and to his mother. Okay, now how do you know that? It's simple logic. Like I said, I discovered this years ago. But this is just what I discovered on YouTube years ago. I'm talking about I discovered this back in the 90s, this information. Just the same time when I discovered the King Man Sun code. All right. Anyway, so I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, but the first word up there, okay, what is that first word up there? It says HOLY, and then the curse word is SHIT, right? And when I say a curse word, it's not that bad of a word, but when you use it with the word holy, now that is a problem, okay? And everybody in the world says that, okay? I was saying it years ago, but that's one thing you never hear me say. You will never hear me accidentally ever even say that. Okay, but I know people who still do it even though they're Christians, okay? Because they've been it's implanted in them, because every movie, all right, has it. Just like, during 9/11, they played this woman screaming when she supposedly saw the buildings. I mean, saw the planes hitting the buildings. She said, "Oh, she said that exact word, holy SHIT," and she said, "Jesus F," or and then says Christ. You understand? This is what I'm talking about. It's bad enough, you just saying the name Jesus, in a bad way, but to say the F word with it, okay? But anyway, so who do you think they're talking about when they say holy SHIT? Because there's only one holy one. There's nobody here that's holy on earth, okay? Jesus, our Father in heaven, is also holy, okay? All right. Yeah, you shouldn't say, look, folks, you shouldn't say nothing with the word holy unless you're talking about God, okay? Because only God is holy. There's nobody else who's holy, all right? Mary was not holy, all right? She was worthy of, because God chose her, but she was not holy, all right? There's only one that's holy, and that's God, and Jesus is God. Okay, then the other word is ASSHOLE, right? And who rode into Jerusalem on a donkey, which they call an ASS, right? The donkey. And they're talking about Jesus. There's no doubt that every single curse word is directed at God, okay? The WHORE, the word WHORE, you know what that word means. That's directed at his mother, because they said the mother probably got pregnant before she was married. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah, listen, someone's saying that the word WHORE is used in the Bible. I'm not saying, you don't understand. That's the English translation of it. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that it was directed originally at Mary. That's what I'm saying. The Bible might use that word, okay, to but originally, I'm saying, originally those words were directed at Jesus and uh, and Mary. Okay. Now, who is the bastard? What does the word bastard mean? The word bastard means somebody who doesn't have a father. Who was the one? Who was the most famous person that didn't have an earthly father? It was Jesus, but his father was in heaven. It wasn't Joseph, but Joseph was his parents. I mean, Joseph and Mary are the ones who raised Jesus. All right. Yeah, that's my point. It's either, yeah, someone saying fatherless or illegitimate. Okay. That's my point. Who is the bastard they're talking about? All right. Okay. And then the word fucker. And the only reason that I see fucker, which I didn't put up there, I don't know what was I doing. Let me see if I have a piece of paper to write it. I can't believe I didn't write it up there. See, this is what I'm saying. So this is what I wanted to first put up there. See, this is what I mean. You see, I left the C out of there, so it's F, and then this is supposed to be a U. I don't know, but I left the C, and then the word king. You see, FUC, king. All right, who was the King of Kings? It was Jesus. All right. So what I'm saying is it's fucker again is directed at, saying, at a particular person. Okay. And then so if fucker is directed at Jesus, fucking, the king, if fucker is directed at Jesus, who is the mother, fucker? Who do you think they're talking about? Who do you think that is directed to? That's how sick these people are, folks. All right. And I know, listen, there are some of you who are going to think this is a stretch. You're crazy if you believe if you don't think this is directed at him. This is why, who else would come up with this but the devil? Because if you're angry, let's say you were a young child or something, when a child gets angry, if he's never heard a curse word, he's not going to curse. He's going to yell. That's what he's going to do, a child. He's not going to sit here and come up with words like this. People saying nice things. God bless you. Appreciate it. Hold on. Okay. So anyway, my point is, who is the mother? Effer. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Because that's what they would say about him, And who is the bitch? Who is the bitch? It would be the mother, right? That's what they say. It's a female, the bitch. Then if the mother is the bitch, who is the son of a bitch? Who is the son? It's Jesus. He's the Son of God in the flesh, but in heaven, he's God. Okay, so that's who they're directing it at. The son of a, Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, now, there was if you ever heard if you look in the mirror or something and you were to say, because I remember when I was a kid, they told you don't go in the bathroom and look in the mirror and say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Don't do that, because Bloody Mary would come out. Like, out of all the drinks, why would they name it Bloody Mary? And somebody's coming up with some nonsense about how it was discovered back in whenever. Listen, folks, don't believe anything these people say. They will come up with anything and you can never prove these things, okay? So Bloody Mary, why Mary? I'm saying, what happened, you think, with that? What's the deal with the Bloody Mary thing? Okay, and then the last one is, have you ever heard that game? When I was a kid, there was a game called, well, when I say kid, I don't know how old I was. It could have been as an adult. I don't even know. There was a game called Shag, Marry, Kill. Shag, Marry, Kill. But they used the F word. It was F, Marry, Kill. That was a game. They give you three choices. And notice it's three. Okay, the three is the code, right? So, by the way, I have all these shirts on my chair right here behind me. I just noticed that. Anyway, so it's F, Marry, Kill. But see how I spelled it Marry, but I mean, it could be just regular Mary like this. So it's F, Marry, and then kill. You see what I'm saying? F, Marry, then kill. Do you see what I'm saying there? Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how wicked these people are, you know, that they would name, stuff like that. And when I first started on YouTube, also, I was doing videos showing people the movies of, how they mock God in the movies, like every scary scene will have a cross or a crucifix, a church, like as if a church is really scary, you know. There's nothing scary about a church, folks. It's because it's quiet, You can make a library scary if you want, you know what I mean? Because the libraries are quiet, right? My point is, what's scary is not scary, but it's just creepy because it's quiet. You know what I mean? But it would be like going into a town and there's no noise. That town would be creepy. Okay. Hold on. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, folks, I was just coming on here to tell everybody. Hold on. I was coming on here to tell everybody that I'm going to be doing my Super Bowl video tomorrow. Okay. And you do not want to miss that video, folks. It's going to be unbelievable. Not only I've shown a lot of the information, but I got a lot of new stuff mixed into it. It is going to blow your mind when you see that video, folks. It's literally like, if this doesn't prove what's coming, I don't know what to tell you, folks. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure what time I'm going to do the video, but I'll tell you this. If you miss it on, if you miss the live stream, it's, of course, I'm going to leave it up on the channel. But if you miss it, I might do another live stream the next day on my backup channel. And what I'll do is I'll come on to tell everybody what time I'm going to do it on the backup channels. But first, I'm going to do it on the main channel, which is this one right now. Yeah, I will keep up the video. Yes, not this one. This one I'm going to take down tomorrow. But um, I'm talking about the football video. I'll leave that one up. Wait, what did you guys say here? I'm missing something here. What are you guys looking? What? Someone's saying, if I move, I better not disappear. No, I'm not gonna, folks. I'm going to be doing videos. I would never do that to, listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now, pay attention. The only way I would stop doing videos is obviously if they take my channels down, but I'll try to come back immediately. But I would have to start from 0 subscribers again. Good luck finding me. But uh, but if the only way you wouldn't see me is if basically I'm, off this earth. You know what I mean? Or they put me in some kind of cell or something. You know what I mean? But I will always be here, folks. I'm not like other truthers where they leave for months and months and don't even tell anybody where they're going. Okay. Anyway, so for the people just getting in, you got to watch from the beginning or you're not going to understand it. But anyway, when I first told this back in the 90s to people, they lost their minds. Like I was doing it, saying it one on one to people. It was like, what are you talking about? You know, are you serious? Like, you know what I mean? They couldn't even grasp it. They said that, like most people, when I told them this, they say, man, that's just too deep. They that's the words they would use. That is too deep, deep, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was like too much for them to think about. Well, no, it's the part it's because it's the fact that they are directing it at our Lord and Savior Jesus and his mother, his earthly vessel, Mary. Yeah, we've all used these words, folks. Okay, and we still use them occasionally. My point is that you have to try not to use these words as much as possible, but especially the top one. That is something you really need to stop, folks. The one with the word holy, that's like, that is the worst of the worst. You got to stop that. All right. Okay. And the same with the word son of a. Yeah, I don't even want to say what I used to in my videos. Oh man, I wish I could. I'm trying to say it in a way where, hold on. Man, I can't say it. Darn it. I want to say something about what I used to say in my fake news videos. When we see a fake story and they tell you what the guy does for a living, like they would say, man, I'm trying to think of something that would not get me into trouble. Darn it. No, I can't say it. Anyway, no. It's here, let me give you a bad example. This is not funny. But every time, like it would be something about, let's say, a particular person, we know that they're lying, right? And let's say the father, like his father was a plumber or something, right? I say, you son of a plumber, you know what I mean? Like, when, talking to the TV. But it would be, believe me, it would be funny if it was, if you saw who were yelling at, these people who are lying to us on television, if you know what I mean. Whatever the person's job is, that's what I was saying, you son of a teacher, or son of a this, But anyway, I don't ever say that anymore, so you can't say these things, all right? But the main one you got to stay away from is using the son of a and the word holy, because you never use the word holy unless you're talking about God. Okay. Anyway. Look, the painting is gone. You know, not the whatever that thing was, the picture, painting, whatever it was. I gave it back to my brother. He came and picked that up yesterday, and my and my guitars. I gave all my guitars to him. I told him if he could sell it, go ahead and sell them, but you can't get much for them because they're all broken. Because I never took care of my equipment, you know. No, don't say the words. Listen, to the person who's saying that it's okay to say holy and then guacamole, no, it's not. I just told you there's only one time you can use the word holy, and that's to describe God, nothing else, okay? There's nothing holy about guacamole, all right? Anyway, any whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about, you know. So they, like I said, they shot down the the baloney balloon. the How many siblings do I have? I have my brother and sister who are older than me. They're twins, and they were born on Armenian Christmas. And then my other sister, who's the oldest, uh, she's. I have three. You know, I have four people in my four. There are four kids in my family. I'm the youngest, and I have one sister who's the oldest, and then the twins in the middle. And I told you the oldest sister, her name is ELO. And I had no connection to that to discovering the ELO. That's what's crazy. I actually discovered the ELO, and then I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, my sister's name is ELO. It doesn't even make any sense. You know, this how incredible all these connections are. It was like when I was driving the taxi, the number 216. I had no idea the number I was driving was the number of the connections to my videos. You know, Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. Obama's born on the 216th day. Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, the 216th day, same day Obama's born. It's crazy. You know, 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. Okay. Yeah, the ELO. That's right. There was a band called Electric Light Orchestra. That's right. Oops, it's not staying this thing. Anyway, what else you guys want to talk about? Listen, look, folks. I really don't have. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. My first job was at 911 Wilshire Boulevard, and after 911, they changed the address. They changed it to I can't remember now what they changed it to. Either 913 or 915. I'm not sure. But it was 911 Wilshire Boulevard. And what's crazy is the initials of the company I was working for there was AA. Just like you know how I always talk about the American Airlines hitting the supposed towers. The ATA code, AA hits the TT. right, folks. So anybody who got in late, make sure you start from the beginning to understand why I have these words up there. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, let me just real quick talk about. I'm not going to go through my testimony right now, but I just want to make sure you guys understand. When I discovered the codes, besides these codes, I discovered these codes um, back in the 90s. Okay, but I got on YouTube in, like I said, I don't remember, it's 2014 or 2015. I'm not sure. Uh, and I was doing my King Man Son videos. Uh, this testimony I'm giving right here, this little bit of it, I'm going to retell that story in my longer testimony. Okay, this is going to be, down the road a few months from now, or whatever, a few weeks or months. I've told this testimony many times in the past, but people never saw it. I usually do it in a live stream. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, too. You're right. Yeah, what was the chances of me having a picture of that taxi? And the only reason I had a picture of that taxi is because the police uh, took my taxi away. They actually arrested me, but it was not a real arrest. They put me in plastic handcuffs. I'll tell you what happened. Uh, the they put me in plastic handcuffs, put me in the back seat of the police car. They towed the taxi away, and they just drove me around the corner, and then they released me. You know, and for the people who don't know why I'm gonna get back to the testimony about the King Man Son, but someone just, you know, directed me away from that for a moment by their comment. So when the police arrested me, let me tell you what they arrested me for. I was uh, I was in a area. No, they didn't arrest me. I was in a area where you are not allowed to pick up unless you are based in that area. So when I dropped the customer off in that area, they told me to wait for them, and I had the meter running. So I was going to wait for them. So I was turning around because it was so busy, because I dropped them off in a red zone. I didn't want to park in the red zone. So I was just driving around waiting for them, and I'm going to come back and get them. And, um, so I was driving around that area, and so when I was driving around waiting for them, this undercover cop opened my cab door, and he started asking me questions. I even told him, I said, hey, I can't pick you up. But he goes, hey man, come on, how much is it? How much is it? How much is it to take me to this place? And I said, listen, I said, I can't take you, but it's this much money, I said, you know. And then all of a sudden they all started just trying to get in the car. And I'm saying, hey man, I said, no, I can't pick up. And then they still arrested me for stopping at that, because they thought I was stopping for them, but I was just pulling over because they had their hand up. There were so many people that I didn't even notice that they had their hands up, because it was bar night. A lot of people at the bars. So sorry folks, my throat's hurting. So they must have had their hands up, and I was just trying to park the car waiting for them, for the customers I had dropped off. Anyway, yeah, it was absolute entrapment. Anyway, when I went to court, I destroyed them in court. Because you know how I destroyed them? Because I had my meter on. My meter was on from before I got to that area. You can see it shows when I turn the meter on and everything. I mean, and these people are so wicked, man. But thank God that they put the correct time that they arrested me. I mean, when I say arrest, they didn't arrest me. It was not an actual arrest. It was basically like a detainment. But anyway, so luckily they put the correct time, because the correct time showed that I had my meter on before I ever got to them, and it was still on when they took the car. They actually stopped the meter after they arrested me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, they're trying to make money. These because every time they do that, they make like because they impound the taxi, you have to pay the taxi fees. That's like 500, 600, $800 depending on how many days they hold it. You lose money, and then they also get a like a $1,000 fine or something like that. These they're just absolute pieces of what, and then what do? They come and ruin the whole taxi business with this Uber. They're telling people can't pick up outside the area because of whatever restrictions they have. If you don't have a particular medallion for that city or area, but yet Uber can pick up wherever the hell they want. That's why they ruined the taxi business. These people paid some of these people, they paid $1 million for their medallions in like New York and stuff at the time. And imagine you paid $1 million for something that's not even worth 25,000 anymore. You know. Yeah, it's just wicked. Anyway, come on, stupid phone. Anyway, back to the King Man Sun Code. The reason I had the picture of that taxi, because that's how I was showing everybody the picture of the taxi. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it in here real quick. Let me just show it if I can find it. You got to be kidding me. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this was my taxi number. It was 216, see? I don't want you to see my ugly face, but that was... They shined this bright light in my face, these idiots. I look like a monster in that picture. But here was the taxi, you see? 216. Yeah, I look like... I don't want you to see my ugly face in there. Anyway. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. The King Man Sun Code, I discovered that back in the 90s also. And I'll get to the whole testimony of it. But when I first started on YouTube, see, the reason I'm trying to cover that sign is because people get here right now, they're going to be like, why do you have a sign with all those curse words, Hold on. Anyway, so when I discovered the King Man Sun Code, like I said, back in the 90s, which I'm not going to get into, which has to do with the O.J. Simpson trial. That's how it all started for me. And like I said, you'll hear the testimony of how it all connected to all this puzzle. But when I started on YouTube, I was doing the King Man Sun videos, okay? And I was telling everybody these are the codes that they use in all their fake stories. But what happened is they only were using the Man and Sun code. I didn't see them using the King code anymore, okay? Because see, I have to say this part, which I didn't want to say, but how I discovered it was the King Man Son Code is based on their big stories. It was the O.J. Simpson son trial. He killed a Ron Gold man. So he has the man and the son in there. And who was the cop who found the bloody glove? It was a Mark Furman. So you have man and son in their story, right? And of course other codes came after that, which I realized that they were using, but the original ones were King Man's son, right? So the man and son was in the O.J. Simpson trial, like I said. That's how it started for me. That's how I detected it. And from there, I realized, well, wait a minute. What about Martin Luther King and then the Rodney King? So there was the code. So I said, oh, it's the King Man Son Code. Not even knowing that the King Man Son Code has to do with Jesus, because Jesus is the King of Kings. He's the Son of Man. That was he called himself the Son of Man. And like I said, everything leads to God. Hold on. Man, I'm gonna break this phone in a minute. Oh, back to what I was saying. So the King Man Son Code, and then when I saw that they weren't using the king in their fake news stories anymore, so I said, oh, so it's just the Man and Son Code, and then I showed them the other codes that go along with it, right? With other new codes that I discovered. But when I took the king out, I told them, I said, look, one day they're going to use the king code in something just humongous fake story. So obviously the king code is something super important that they're saving it for, I said, because they used it for the Martin Luther King and they used it for the Rodney King, okay? And um and interestingly enough, the Martin Luther King incident happened in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived, and Elvis was known as the king, and and Elvis lived in Memphis, Tennessee at the time when he got killed. So the king had the king whacked, and then Rodney King, he actually got beat in where I was living in California, and I wasn't too far from there. I was only like 30 minutes from the actual place where he was struck, supposedly, right? Struck. And I actually saw Rodney King in a wheelchair at my doctor's office because, see, I had a back injuries throughout my whole life, and that's why I'm having so much health problems with my neck and back. But when I was at the doctor's office, he was right in front of me, not even 2 feet from me, folks. And he looked me right in the face. I looked at him. His beating was kind of healed already. You know what I mean? Whether it's real or not, who knows? But um, he was right next to me. The dude. He was going to get therapy from this doctor because the doctor was in Beverly Hills. I had a really good doctor. Not a good doctor. I mean in a good area. The doctor. Even though because I lived maybe I actually lived in like in the middle of like halfway in the ghetto type of thing, but it was close to Beverly Hills, which is I don't know, it was like 20 minutes away. My doctor. Anyway, um, so they weren't using the king in the stories, all right, and so I said when I took the king code out of it, I said, hey. I told everybody, pay attention. One day they're going to use this king code in a monstrous story, which, of course, at the time I didn't think it was going to be Elvis because I told you Elvis was my first obsession. But I told everybody they're going to use this king code in a monstrous story. It has to be big because they're not using the king at all in their fake stories. And here we are, and it's come full circle because not only is Elvis connected to this king code, okay, but Seattle's in King County. So you have double king codes and a third code because Martin Luther King is connected to Seattle's King County because they renamed it after Martin Luther King. First, it was named after some dude named Rufus King, I think, something. And now it's named after Martin Luther King. So think about how unbelievable this is. Look how it connects so perfectly. Yeah, the Charles Mann son case is how it, that's how I got the Mann son code because the only two important cases were the O.J. Simpson trial where he killed the Ron Goldman and the cop who found the bloody glove and called him the N-word was Mark Furman. Okay, so you have the Mann and son code. Then you had Charles Mann's son. And then, see, I knew when 9/11 happened, that's when I knew that I got the code. I got him. Because when it happened in Manhattan, 9/11, I knew it right there. See, I thought I was, maybe I was still not all the way, 100% on it. But when it happened in Manhattan, then I knew. And of course, you know what happened in Germany, and Germany equals the exact same as the word Memphis in gematria. Memphis equals Germany. And that's why Elvis joined the army. He went to when he joined the army, he was stationed in Germany because Germany equals Memphis. I didn't talk to Rodney King. He didn't say a word to me. He was just in a wheelchair right next to me. And what's really funny is that I knew a black kid named Rodney who was an Elvis fan. Because I was an Elvis fan. He was a skateboarder and I was a skateboarder, so that's why we used to hang out. And I come to find out later he was kind of fruity. I mean, anyway, whatever. And what's funny, he ended up having like a British accent. It's so weird. One day I saw him, like when he had gotten older, and he had a British accent, and he was super fruity, the dude. I said, hey man, what happened to your voice? I said, he sounded like Prince. You know how Prince talks when he's talking? That's how he sounded, but with a British accent. Anyway. Anyway. All right, folks. Last 5 minutes. Anybody have anything to say? I didn't really look at the chat. What is that noise? Anybody have anything to say? Because I'm about to end the video. Who's going to help me move? Well, I'm not going to take anything with me. I'm just taking a couple of suitcases. I got rid of like my guitars, but I'm leaving everything here. I'm leaving this TV, the one with the needle coming out of it. I'm leaving the TV, the dresser, the bed, the couch, the chairs, all the towels. What else? Any old clothes that I'm not going to wear. I just basically took the paperwork out, any paperwork with my name on it, and my guitars. And the clothes I'm gonna wear. That's basically it. Because everything in my apartment is junk. It's not worth anything. So I surely am not paying $1,000 for storage or whatever the hell. For the people who are wondering, why do I have this sign up here, just in case you didn't get here, this sign has to do with the earlier part of the video. So I'm not sitting here with curse words. So if you don't know what that's for, watch the beginning of the video. No, the landlord, I already told the landlord that I'm leaving it like this. Look, they didn't fix this apartment. Let me tell you something, why I'm upset at the management. Because they had empty apartments. I told them, because they never renovated this apartment. Even the rug and everything was dirty when I came into this apartment. They never painted it, nothing. And the reason I took it, because I was desperate, because I did not have good credit, because I told you I was a sick gambler. I didn't have any good credit. So when they said that I could take the apartment, I was like so happy that I took it just the way it was. No renovating or nothing. This was like back in 2010. Anyway, so they never fixed the apartment. Everything was broken and everything was, whatever. It was livable, but it wasn't that good. Anyway, so I told him, I said, let me move into a different apartment. When someone moves, I said, let me take that apartment, just move my stuff over there for 1 month, and while you fix this place and make it new for me, since I'm paying all this money for it. And they go, no, we can't do that. You got to pay first and last months and move out. And then when you move back in, you're going to pay it again. I was like, I said, what are you, nuts? I go, get the hell out of here. Yeah, so they were, what do they call it? Jerking my chain or whatever, what it's called. I don't know what's. So I told them, I said, okay, I'll figure out a way to get back at you guys. See, let me tell you something. They can't come after me. You want me to tell you why? Because I have no money. You understand? They can't sue me. They can sue, but they're not going to get nothing. Because I don't have any money that they can touch. So I don't even care, They want to destroy my credit, let them do it. Like I said, I already have bad credit. Yeah, exactly. They can't touch me. The end of the world is here, folks. I mean, when I say the end of the world, I'm talking about a few more years, before, things start popping off. But it's, I'm not worried about my credit. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I'll definitely be doing videos, even though I'm not going to be in this apartment anymore, but I'll still be doing videos. But not just mainly, live streams. Yeah, exactly. Who would want to be a part of this crazy world? Look, and to the people who are like already like sad or depressed, you can't kill yourself, so don't do that. All right, you have to endure to the end. All right, that's what God tells you. So don't do something stupid and risk your salvation. Okay, God is going to pluck us out of here. Pluck, pluck us out of here. But this is after the beast out of the sea, and also after Trump gets his head wound. Then that's when the ball starts getting rolling, and that's when it, not soon after that, you'll see them implementing everything within a couple of years, and then after that. So that's why I always tell people, look for Jesus to return anytime after 2026. Okay, but be prepared now. Like I said, nobody knows, but from the way the Bible tells you to what to look for, it would be after 2026. You know. All right. Last 2 minutes, folks. I want to keep it under an hour. So whoever got in late, I'll leave the video up for a day. And then listen, tomorrow is going to be the most important video. I have the Super Bowl video ready to go. It is the best video you are ever going to see to prove, again, how all of this is connected to this Super Bowl and how it connects to Elvis and his particular Super Bowl. You'll see it. Anyway, yeah, so make sure you watch tomorrow's video. And if you missed the live stream, don't worry, I'll leave the video up. And then not only that, like I said, I might do the same video as a live stream on my backup channels. Literally, I'm going to be doing the same video, but redoing it in a live stream. Doing the exact same thing. If you miss tomorrow's, I'll be doing it on my backup channel maybe the next day after that, and then on my other backup channel the next day after that. All right. All right, folks. Last minute. I appreciate everybody, and God bless everyone. Jesus is God. What's my backup channel? Look, if you type into the YouTube search, not Google, YouTube search, type in these words, Jurassic Liars, Elvis, Seattle. Type those 4 words in, Jurassic Liars, Elvis, Seattle. You'll see my 3 channels on that page. Once you click Jurassic Liars, Elvis, Seattle, it'll take you to that page. And you'll see 3 different channels. All right. Make sure that you go to the right one, because some people, they try to copy me. You have to go to the ones that have over 1,000 subscribers. There's 3 of them that are over 1,000 subscribers. Those are my channels. All right. Yeah, God bless your father. I appreciate. He's in God's hands now. I'm not sure if you mentioned that before or not, but God bless you and your family. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's right. That's Bill Gates' birthday. The day Elvis took the needle. Yeah. Sorry to hear about your dad too. Wow. Yeah, and my dad, he died on August 16th, and he was born on August 16th. That's Elvis's death day. So my dad was born on August 16th, and he died on August 16th, which is Elvis's death day. Anyway, folks, God bless all of you. Take care. End of video. Jesus is God. Man. All right, end of video.